What's up guys, it's Will here, and I'm gonna make this video now because if I do it later, I'll be all sorts of drowsy. So let me explain to you what's going on, and then we'll go from there. So my sleep schedule has been all sorts of screwed up. It's because of a lot of stuff, but basically I'm gonna try and fix it up. I went online to figure out how to fix it because right now I am pretty much going to sleep in the daytime and then waking up when it's almost nighttime, and it's really bad. And this is something that might help you if you guys are doing it. So this is sort of like a vlog to check my progress. So pretty much this has been going on every time I get off from school for a huge amount of time. My school gives like a month and a half for winter break and like 3 months for summer break. So it's really easy to fall into this habit. And that's what I have been doing because I haven't had any major obligations during the daytime. So I'm going to try and switch this up because it's all sorts of screwed up. Basically, to give you like an approximate time, it varies from day to day, but it started off very subtle. After school I slept fairly normally, and then gradually over time I pretty much stayed up later and later, and now it's like I go to sleep at like 5 a.m., 6 a.m., and I wake up at like 5 p.m. So I gotta switch this up. The one thing is really finding a way to wake up, and it has to do with obligations and your level of importance. So if there's something really important in the mornings, then I will automatically switch my schedule around, and usually that's school. But because I don't have that, I went online, and it seems like what's been suggested I do is what I did back in China when I traveled there, because their daytime is our nighttime. So to pretty much remove yourself of this jet lag, I pretty much have to stay up, and then when I feel sleepy I keep staying up, and then I stay up some more all the way until it's my original designated sleep time. So right now it's like 1 a.m. in the morning, and I woke up at 5 p.m. So what I'm gonna do is, this is my supposed sleep time. So I'm gonna try and sleep from now until like 8 a.m. But I know that's not gonna happen. I'm gonna try really hard, and I might get into like a few naps, but it just might not happen. So I'm going to try my hardest to do that, and then starting whenever I wake up, it might be in like 20 minutes, I'm going to stay awake until my designated sleep time, which is, I would say, midnight the next day. So that means it's going to be a roughly, I would say, 20-hour sleep hiatus, which is going to be tough because the average human on a typical day will be awake for 15 hours. So I'm going to pass 15 hours real quick, especially if I don't even take a nap now, which I'm going to try and do. It might not even help. And between now midnight and say 8 a.m. or 9 a.m., whenever I want myself to wake up, let's say 9 a.m., I'm allowed to sleep then, and if I don't, then I lose that sleep. And then from 9 a.m. all the way till when I want to go to sleep, let's say midnight, I can't sleep. Assuming I don't get any naps in because I feel like I'm not tired at all right now, I will be awake from 5 p.m. to midnight. So that's 24 hours plus 7 hours. That's 31 hours sleepless. Whew. But it's for a greater cause, because if I don't do this, it's going to screw up my whole sleep thing. And there was a study done, and it seems like you can go this long without sleep without any major side effects. So we'll see what I can do. The general guideline is you can't take any naps after 9 a.m. because that's not when you normally sleep. So I tried this yesterday and I decided to try and sleep, and I didn't. And then at like 5 a.m. I got really sleepy, so I decided to take a quick nap. I took a quick nap and I woke up at 5 p.m. So that's why you can't really take any naps after 9 a.m. And for me, I think I might even have to set it till maybe even 7 a.m. After 7 a.m. no naps. And so this is what I'm going to do, and most likely if everything goes to plan, I think I'll be really sleepy by 10 p.m. So I might just give myself a little break and then let myself sleep at 10 p.m. and hopefully it will switch everything around. And the reason why it just so happened to work like this is because for me, the nighttime is just always something that's really good for me because at least during school, I would have all this extra time to do homework and study for tests and cram for huge exams the entire night. So for me, not sleeping during the night wasn't a big deal. And that's how we got into this situation. Plus it's a lot quieter in the night. I have like 3 very loud sisters, so it's really hard during the day sometimes. Anyhow, what I'm going to be doing is vlogging this, so most likely you will see me in, I would say, 8 hours, and then I'll progress from there. My major obstacle is, one, making it past that gap point from now to 8 a.m. I want to sleep as much as I can, but then at 8 a.m. my second gap point, or my second big obstacle, is staying awake for that long. So it will be quite a journey. I hope you guys enjoy, and let's do it. What's up guys, it is 8:10 a.m. I went to sleep at 1 a.m. and miraculously I actually managed to go to sleep. I thought I would be, so untired that I would not get to sleep, but for some reason I just turned off the lights and closed my eyes and really just tried to relax, and I actually went to sleep. And so I got through the hardest part, which was actually just staying asleep and not staying up the whole night, which is what got me to this state in the first place, which was just, staying up pretty late playing games online like League of Legends. So I got past the hardest part, and now I am awake at 8 a.m., which is probably the first time in like a long time. You can see it's pretty bright outside, and so right now I feel kind of tired despite having more sleep than I usually do. Right now what happened so far was I woke up at 5 p.m, stayed up until 1 a.m, so that's about 13 hours awake, and then slept until now, so it's been about 7 hours of sleep. And so now the second hardest part is staying awake. So right now I don't feel too bad, but I know it will probably get a lot worse as the day goes on. So I'm going to try and stay active, and I'll keep you guys updated. But yeah, I don't feel too great right now, but it's for the greater good. If I can reset this sleeping pattern, then I can sleep all I want, and then I won't feel so tired. I do have to say I've had some pretty strange dreams because I think I've been forcing myself to sleep. So I had some pretty strange dreams on just school. I dreamed I went to school and did some school stuff, like I was still at school, and then I dreamed I was like watching the sequel to V for Vendetta, which I kind of like made up while I was dreaming it. So it was kind of weird. Basically, yeah, I dreamed that like I really want a sequel to V for Vendetta. So yeah, and my idea is that if you've seen the movie, the guy, he's on the train at the end about to die. My idea is that like some guy saves him, who was also like part of the experiment long ago. It can be done. It can be made into a sequel. Anyhow, pretty scary stuff. I'm going to try and keep it chill. And I'll see you guys later when I vlog again, probably midday. What's up, guys? So, the greatest part about this new sleeping schedule is that I'm allowed to do everything I did back when I had the horrible sleeping schedule. And it's a lot better now because rather than staying up all night playing League of Legends or some other game, I can do it during the daytime. And there are some drawbacks, like during the day I get disturbed more by my family and stuff, but on the other hand I actually get to see them, and on top of that I feel much more productive rather than with my old sleeping schedule where I wake up at night. It's like I feel very unproductive. Like when I'm sleeping I hear everyone else moving about, so I wake up from time to time and then I'm too sleepy to actually get up, so I fall back asleep. But in those moments I feel very unproductive because I'm just sitting there very lazily. And so on top of just actually being awake during the day now, I can still do all the stuff I used to do. So it's a lot more fun because for once there's actually sunlight, and on top of that it's just a lot better because I can do a lot more things during the day. At nighttime it's just you can't actually go out because there's nothing to go out to. This will help me I don't know, exercise more and do other stuff rather than just play games. Oh yeah, as we're here, I do have to mention that for a League of Legends scene, the professional gaming scene, I do know that a lot of the professional gamers also have this sleeping problem. They do tend to oversleep tremendously or undersleep tremendously because they play throughout the night and then wake up during the nighttime. So I've seen from a lot of their streams and a lot of the videos that they do the same thing. Very few actually play with daylight behind them. Most of the time it's straight nighttime. So I do applaud the ones that have somehow managed to fix their sleeping pattern so they actually play during the daytime. This is something that will be very successful if I manage to stay up the entire day, because the first day is the hardest. After I get through the first day, my sleeping pattern will pretty much set into place. So we'll see what happens. What's up, guys? It's now 3:41 p.m. So I woke up at around 8 a.m. It's now 3:40ish, so if we round that to 4, that's how many hours? 4 plus 4 is... What's 4 plus 4? 8. So it's been 8 hours since I've been asleep, and I've been doing pretty well. I thought it'd be really bad, and I guess what happened was I mentally prepared myself so much that it wasn't actually as bad as I thought. So around noon, which I thought would be the worst, since I tried this before and I failed, was actually not bad at all. If you keep your mind occupied with stuff like video games or other stuff, it doesn't have to be video games, exercising, whatever you want, something that you enjoy doing that keeps your mind off the fact that you're so tired, it completely keeps your attention away from it and you don't even notice. So I had plenty of stuff to do that kept my mind awake, and so now all I have to do is stay up until my designated sleep time, which is another 8-ish hours, since my goal is to sleep around midnight, preferably earlier. We'll see how it goes. I don't think it'll be too tough, but we'll see. There is a chance I might be so tired that I can't, but it really wasn't so bad. I actually went to my local mall because I was so scared that if I didn't keep active I would fall asleep. So I went there and I didn't feel bad at all, and for the first time I saw daylight. Actually, that's not true, but it's for the first time in a while I've seen midday daylight. I've seen like afternoon daylight in the recent weeks, but nothing like midday to morning. It was really, really refreshing and motivating to actually see like the morning light for once, the sunlight, rather than synthetic light. And so I felt really, really good walking out, and I just felt really productive, like those fitness people who wake up at 7 a.m., 8 a.m. to do their workout. For once, I wasn't like some loser who sleeps the whole day and then stays up all night. And it's funny because all it is a change in sleeping. Like, for the most part, I've been doing roughly the same stuff, and just the sleeping pattern change and me choosing to spend this much time during the day rather than at night, it's made such a big influence. It's caused me to do things that I wish I could do, but I haven't, so it's already changed my lifestyle slightly. I didn't stay home all day. I went out for once. I took a walk. And one thing to note is, man, on weekdays the mall is, I said wall, I know. The mall is deserted. All you see there are old people, and don't get me wrong, it's not like completely empty. There's people in it. There's a lot of people in it, but it's nothing compared to what it is on weekends, and it's kind of bad. It's definitely not like college campuses. So I was kind of pissed off that there was like no one my age there, let alone girls, let alone good-looking girls. It was all just freaking old people and the occasional few kids who are playing hooky from high school, which I think is really lame. I once thought it was really cool, but now it's just like, okay, you're playing hooky. Why don't you go back to school and study? Stop wasting your time. I respect people who actually stay in school and study so much more than those who play hooky now, because honestly, like, now that I have all this free time to walk around the mall with nothing to do, I feel so unproductive compared to how much stuff I do during college. Like, I work so hard in college, I study and stuff, and now I have all this free time doing nothing. And it's like, wow, these people playing hooky are bums. More happenings on my hometown in future vlogs, but to sum it up, not much to do. You have the movie theater, which is right next to the mall, which I'm not going to alone because I'm not a loser like that. Plus, I'm not spending my hard-earned money to watch a movie alone, even if it is Iron Man 3. And 2, everything's deserted during weekdays because everyone's at work and everyone's at school, which was slightly surprising because I kind of was expecting, a flood of college students or people at the mall or something or other, like, I don't know, a party at the mall, like a straight up party with beer, but nope. So yeah, we'll see what happens, and hopefully I can stay awake and fix my sleeping pattern. I'll keep you guys updated, and that's it. What's up, guys? It's Will here, and it's about 8:45 p.m. so I've pretty much gone about 13 hours without sleep, which is a pretty standard. So right now I'm feeling kind of tired, so there are brief stages where I just want to go to sleep, and I'm trying to fight them back. Other than that, the main problem tonight is going to be the same thing. One is actually going to sleep when I want to, which is probably around 11 p.m. or 12 p.m. And it's not that I don't want to sleep. I'm just scared that I'll go to sleep, take a brief nap, and then wake up at like 2 a.m. and then start the whole cycle over again where I stay up the whole night. So I want to try and stay asleep. So what I'm going to have to do is mentally relax myself and try and fall back asleep if I wake up. The next big thing is just not staying up again and acting all crazy by staying up all night. And yeah, so those are the two big things: staying asleep and not waking up, and also just staying awake until 11 p.m. or 12 p.m. So hopefully it'll go well. We'll see what happens, and I will update you one last time before I go to sleep. What's up, guys? It is now 11:15 p.m. I feel slightly tired, not that tired. My legs kind of ache from sitting for so long, but that's a different issue. I'm going to try and go to sleep, and I'm most scared of two things. One, just taking a quick nap and then waking up at like 2 or 3 a.m. and then just staying up the whole night again, which I've done before. The second thing would be pretty much just falling back into my old habits. Hopefully I can get through it. Surprisingly, I didn't tire myself out as much as I thought I would. I woke up at, like I said again, 8 a.m. So it's been roughly 15 hours, which is a typical day if you sleep 8 hours per day. So I'm not actually really tired at all. And I really am trying not to use the computer because that's what usually keeps me up. So once I go to sleep, I'm going to put the computer and everything like that away so I'm not tempted, which is really hard because there's so much stuff to do on a computer sometimes. That's it, and I'll keep you updated later on to tell you guys if I've stuck with my sleep schedule. What's up, guys? I just want to tell you what happened. So yesterday I ended up getting on a computer, and fortunately I only stayed up another hour, so I was still in my designated sleep time, which was 12 p.m. And so I thought it'd be pretty standard, and I went to sleep, but I didn't wake up when my alarm sounded for 8 a.m. I woke up long enough to turn off the alarm, but then I was just so sleepy, my body just unconsciously put me back to sleep, and I walked back into my bed. And from there I stayed asleep, pretty much completely dead, until about 1 p.m. when all of a sudden I just woke up realizing what had happened, and I was almost knocked out for that entire time. So I slept roughly 13 hours straight, and I'm not exactly sure why. I guess I was a lot more tired than I thought I was. And so I unfortunately failed. So tonight is actually going to be my next attempt. So it's midnight now, and I am going to be more lenient, and I set my alarm for 9 a.m. So I'm going to sleep at midnight and waking up at 9 a.m. And so it's a little bit of a step back, but I'm still pretty proud of that time when I went to sleep and woke up at 9 a.m. The only problem was, after I did that, I overslept dramatically. So I'm hoping I can do it. The biggest problems for me are, one, going to sleep and staying asleep, because I keep feeling like there's so much I can do during this time, and the thing is, you can still do that in the morning. You can't just keep having this mentality that you're wasting time if you go to sleep this early. And for the rest of my family, they go to sleep at like 9 or 10 p.m. and it's only me that stays up so late. And you gotta get rid of this mentality. The rest of my family does just as much work, if not more, but they do it in the morning. So you gotta switch that mentality out. When I'm by myself, I feel fine. I feel chill. I often feel like I'm more productive, but then when like other people are there, I realize I just kind of feel like a bum, even if I'm doing work at night. And I actually want to see the sunlight again and actually go out and go somewhere. Another problem is there's not much to do in this town, but still, it's better to see the daylight. Anyhow, we'll see how it goes. I'm going to sleep in about 10 minutes after I brush my teeth, so around midnight, hopefully I can wake up at 9 a.m. And if I can, I'll just stop the vlog right there, give you one last update, and then I will do another video follow up in like a week or so, just vlogging if I keep this process up. If I have, then it'll be a tremendous achievement, because this has been going on for like a few years. So I'll see you guys later. What's up, guys? It's been 2 weeks since the last part of this vlog, and the reason why it's been so long is because I've finally had to figure out how to fix my sleeping habits, and there's been a lot of problems, so I couldn't really do one until I thought I actually had some good results. So I've kind of figured out a method, and I'm pretty happy with this method. And if you guys can think of anything better, go ahead and leave a comment. But here's what happened since 2 weeks ago. I pretty much fixed it, and then because I just naturally have stuff to do and I like staying up late to finish those stuff, I naturally and very quickly regress back to my old habits. So I figured out that the best way to fix it for me is not to gradually try and go back to my designated sleeping habits, which would be waking up at 9 a.m. and going to sleep at 9 p.m., which would be optimal. And at the time I was, staying up until 4 or 5 a.m. and then waking up in the afternoons, which was not optimal. So one of the main suggestions out there is to gradually switch over by either staying up 1 hour earlier each day or staying up 1 hour later each day, until every day you stay up 1 extra hour until you switch back to your optimal or at least desired sleeping habits. And for me that doesn't work because, one, that method takes way too long, and two, I figured out that the reason why I keep regressing is because I'm just more motivated to work and do stuff at night. And so despite this, I still want to wake up and see the daylight and stuff, so I'm gonna have to switch this up. And what I found is the best thing to do is, at least for me, is to not do this gradual thing which would take like 2 to 3 weeks just to fix it. I do it very abruptly and all at once, and I found after a few weeks of testing, so far that's been the best method. If you have any better methods or better ideas, go ahead and leave a comment. But what I do is when I wake up, I just stay up, and I stay up all the way until my designated sleeping time. So usually, let's just say hypothetically, I wake up at 5 p.m. and I go to sleep at 5 a.m. What I would do when I wake up at 5 p.m. is I would stay up, and I would stay up past 5 a.m. and I just keep staying up all the way to 5 p.m. again. So pretty much staying awake for 24 hours pretty much. And then I'd pass that mark and then go until my designated sleep time, which would be 9 p.m. So I would pretty much be awake for 29 hours straight. And it's tough, but it's definitely manageable. If you look at the world records, the Guinness World Records for staying up, that's not even close. So you can manage. I do think it's really, really hard sometimes, especially when you're home and you have nothing better to do. I definitely recommend not being anywhere near your bed or anywhere comfortable towards 5 a.m. because that's the time you usually go to sleep, and that's when you're about to get very drowsy and very sleepy, and you will just cling to anything comfortable. And I've pretty much screwed up a million times by just saying I'll just rest when it's 5 a.m. and then I just rest near my bed and I'd fall asleep and I'd go into a deep sleep and I wouldn't wake up until 5 p.m. again, and I'd be like, oh, I just screwed up. So the best thing to do is 5 a.m. when it's that time, stay up, try and do something, keep it active, and just keep slapping your face, and don't get close to anything comfortable, and just keep staying up as long as you can. And then eventually, once you hit that time, that sweet time, 9 p.m., you can go to sleep. I have to say that it's kind of like a snowball effect. The hardest part is at the beginning, but then if you can get away from that and then just go out and do stuff, you won't feel it. Like, the hardest times are probably when you're supposed to sleep and you don't, and you stay up. And then after that, towards midday, like 12 p.m., noon, you feel like completely fine. You feel completely awake and you're active and you're doing stuff. And then around the afternoon, you hit that hump again where you're super tired. But once you barrel through it, if you can hit that 9 p.m. mark, you're good to go. A lot of people probably can't hit that, and that's fine. If you can make it to 8 p.m. or 7 p.m. or 6 p.m., and if you're really feeling drowsy, even just like 4 p.m. or 3 p.m., that's when you can go to sleep. That's fine. And I really suggest going until 9 p.m. because if you go too early, like if you stay up and you stay up and you stay up, and you can only make it to, let's say, 3 p.m., then what's going to happen is you're going to sleep for 8-9 hours and you'll wake up at midnight, and then it's not that much better. You're waking up at midnight rather than 5 p.m., which is a big difference, but at the end of the day, you're still not doing what you want, which is to stay up during the daytime and wake up in the morning. So if you go to sleep at 9 p.m. or later, then you'll sleep your 8 to 10 hours, and boom, it's the morning when you wake up. And I know you'll think, dude, I'll probably sleep more than 8 hours because I've stayed up for such a long time. But honestly, it's very surprising. You will, despite feeling so drowsy and sleepy and stuff, you'll probably sleep 8 hours and wake up wherever you left off. So that's it for this vlog. I hope you guys learned something, and I think this will be very useful to a lot of you because if you go traveling, or you have jet lag, or if you go to China, which is on the complete opposite side of the world, you probably have to do something like this. Otherwise, you will not be adjusted. And I'm sure there's a lot of Americans who go to China or some other foreign country, and they end up screwing up their whole trip because they can't adjust, and they end up just being awake at nighttime the entire trip. Anyhow, if you like, leave a like and subscribe if you're not subscribed. See ya.